Hi everyone. I wanted to remind you that the Self Storage Summit is coming up quickly. Go to the selfstoragesummit.com to claim your free pass to the 2019 summit. Now again, hey, this is a virtual summit. This is going to be held online and not in the conference room. I'm delivering over 25 experts in self-storage right to your computer. So again, go to the selfstoragesummit.com to register and I'll see you soon. So the big question is this: how are those in the self-storage industry like us going to be successful in today's market? That's the question, and this show will give you the answers. My name is Jim Ross, and welcome to the Self-Storage Show. Hi everyone, this is Jim Ross with the Self-Storage Show. Today's episode, we're going to continue our storage spotlight series. I'm really excited. I got Kevin Shee with me today.
Hello.
How's it going?
Fine.
You're in Hong Kong, and I saw you got a lot of
Yes.
storage sites there. And I think it was like LinkedIn or something like that. You kind of popped around. I know you go to
Yeah.
conventions and all that. And like,
Yeah.
all right, this dude's got a story to tell. I want to talk to him. So thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me, Jim.
I guess just kind of start off with, tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of how you got into the storage industry. We'll go from there.
All right, sure. My name is Kevin. I grew up in Canada. After university, I came back to Hong Kong where my family is. My family has a factory in Hong Kong back in the days. We do plastic bags. It was doing bad, so we closed down and we had this bacon factory. And in order to help, the family get more income, I just cut it the rooms into small rooms, and I just pass out some flyers, ran it to like guys storing like bicycles or like hawkers, like and all that, and making some extra income. And then it was 9/11. I couldn't get a job, and then I rented out like 30, 40, 50 rooms already. And with the installation of the internet back in the days, just then, I found out it was a big industry called self-storage. I didn't even know about it in the US.
Really?
I think it was, yeah, I found out in the ISS website. So I didn't know about it. I thought I was just doing something to get some extra income for the family by cutting up our factory premise. So I
You're
decided,
kind of starting self-storage. You didn't even know you were doing that, huh? That's
no. Everybody in Hong Kong thought I invented this business myself. Yeah. And they say, I don't know, it's in America. And I go, no, American houses are too big. This is you start it yourself. Yeah. I won the Innovative Entrepreneur Award back in 2008 because they thought I'd made up this business myself. Obviously, I didn't say anything.
you keep that secret.
Yeah. So I've been doing it ever since. Very ambitious guy when I was young. We grew up to 66 locations in Hong Kong, Macau, in a span of about 16 years. Yeah. And then I had a big accident in 2016, and then we began downsizing. So right now we're at 38 sites right now from 66. Yeah. So we're the biggest in Hong Kong from 2010 to 2016, 2017 actually, and then we're probably the second biggest in Asia after Japan. Yeah.
That's amazing. It makes me laugh. You're the inventor for Asia. Hey, you invented it. So yeah, keep going.
Well, we're not supposed to. We're not. No. They know now. But back then, I got the award. But it was fun. I mean, Hong Kong doesn't have too many land for you to build storage. But we used to be we used to be a manufacturing hub. So there's a lot of vacant factories, and it was very, very cheap because there's no factory. All of them moved to China. So we used old factory building to convert them, and it was very easy. It was very cheap, and the yield was very, very good for a long time. Again, we had a big accident in 2016. We had a big fire, and everything changed. All the matrix changed, and I decided to slow down and use some of the money I made and invest in self-storage REITs instead.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was wondering. It's like, 'cause I know land is can't find land in Hong Kong, so it's factories that you convert.
Yeah.
That makes
Yes.
sense. What kind of people? I mean, are again, I kind of think of you talked about before, like in America, we like our stuff. I mean, we have big houses, we still have more. We need more space. There's never enough. I'm just curious, like the cultural differences there. I mean, is it much more
Very similar to
that they need, or what are they?
it's very similar to the US. People want more stuff, that's why they get it. But also, it's just a factor that the houses they're living in is too small. So the land is very scarce in Hong Kong. So a lot of the factories has been converted into apartments. As a result, you get many apartments and condominiums surrounding one or two remaining factories. And we can get those. The apartments are very small. The average family of four, maybe the apartment is a two-bedroom. That's around 600 square feet, and that's it, right?
Wow.
Yeah, so maybe 1/4 of what you guys get in Salt Lake, right? So as a result, it's not even there's an extra demand of not just change or drive. They actually cannot physically store all the stuff they have, like especially seasonal stuff, like a suitcase, a fan, anything they don't use regularly, they put in storage, right? So there's an extra demand for that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So
The the
no wonder
Yeah,
you
the average.
got into that and you grew so fast. I mean, there was obviously a need.
It was serendipity. We got in the right time, the right place. Right now is around I would say point 7 or point 8 square feet of self storage per capita, which is 1/10 of the U.S. I think around there. So there's all these funds from America, from the UK coming into Hong Kong. I think it's a good market, but you guys took 70 years to grow your market. We only been around for 20 years or less, right? So I'm still positive in the market, but the matrix is very hard now, and it takes time, right? You can't grow something to the size of America in the span of like 20 years, right?
Yeah,
So,
of course.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
just curious, are you seeing people from America and the brands coming over there and trying to build, or is it much more just
Oh yeah. Hardy Good. Hardy Good.
right? Yeah,
Hardy Good was the first guy to come to Hong Kong back in before the handover, like 20 years ago. He
really?
buys his locks. He buys his locks in Hong Kong to sell in America. He used to sell those mini co locks, remember? And
Yep.
then he liked Hong Kong, and then he bought a building, and then he sold the building, I think 5 years ago, to Blackstone, and he made like 10 times his money. I think he's retired now. He was the very first guy, and I say there's not too many famous American brand coming in, but they're using the private equities. They're using a lot of private equity funds to buy up the smaller Asian players and consolidate. Once consolidated, I think a lot of the American REITs will buy from the private equity. They don't want to do the grind work. They're leaving it to the private equity funds right now.
Gotcha. Okay. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So how often do you find yourself traveling and coming to America? I know you went to a couple of shows and stuff. How often do you do?
I spoken into the world panel twice in ISS show. I tell you, man, my fire has been like a world tour. I speak in America once. I'm going to Singapore next week. I spoke in Japan. I just spoke in Australia. How to recover from a fire at storage. Oh my God, man! I've been traveling around.
Well, now you got to give me
Yeah.
the highlights here. What happened?
3 years ago, we had an air conditioner that had a spark, and then as a result, it caught on fire. And because there was no regulations how to build those things, it caught on fire, and the firemen didn't know how to put it out. Longest fire in Hong Kong history, 104 hours, almost 4 days.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
two firemen died, 12 was critically injured. So for me personally, it made a huge scar in my life. Getting yield and making money is one thing, but losing lives and all those not my fault. As a result, this is the thing you have to think. If in the U.S., it's been around 60 years. There's a lot of trade unions and the association, so they're very strong in lobbying and with the government. But when you're in a new country where there's no law, they can just make up a law afterwards. So after my fire, they install a new law. Basically, they asked me at 66 location, everybody in Hong Kong had to demolish their sites within 6 months and rebuild it, right? And the hallway, I don't know the hallway in the U.S. Is it about 1 meter, 1.1 meter? What's the code? Is there a code
Yeah.
around there?
Yep.
So they asked us to change the hallway from 1 meter to 2.4 meters. Yeah, and then you have to have
What do you do?
adequate
You just have
window.
to clear everything out and build it again?
Get rid of all your customers, demolish everything, and expand your hallways 2.5 times with 66 locations. Yeah. Otherwise, it's like a $1,500 fine per day per site. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. at the same time, the bank's asking you to pay back the loans. The burnt customers are asking for compensation. So it was pretty much of a big deal for me. A lot of soul searching, and
I
I
bet.
found it's easier to invest in the REITs than to operate. Let alone the ego. You gotta get rid of the
Yeah,
ego.
put your money and piggyback on them. They know what they're doing, huh?
Yeah. So I decided not to rebuild a lot of my sites. So I closed a lot of my sites. I invested a lot of storage REITs and even just a lot of general property REITs right now. And I'm
Yeah.
just traveling the world. I recently wrote a book on doing self storage in Asia. I'm gonna do more books, and I team up with a friend in from Extra Space, Scott. I don't know Scott. He used to work in Extra Space. So they started a digital marketing company for storage. I kind of like help them out with the promotions and customers in Asia. So I still have the storage bug in me,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's the right time to expand right now. Yeah, so doing other.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you have a long path you've been going down, and yeah,
yeah, man. I mean, I tried to IPO my company in 2012. I failed that one as well. So it wasn't all roses for me, man. I mean, I've been through a lot of up and down in my life. Yeah,
no, that's what makes the story. If it was all
yeah,
just roses the entire
yeah,
time,
yeah,
no, that's how
yeah,
you learn and grow, and that's what you.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, having those kind of lessons like that. I mean, that's a
Exactly.
and that
Yeah,
leaves a scar. Obviously, what you went through,
yeah,
but I mean,
yes,
yeah, now that you're at a certain point now, you're doing what you're doing.
yeah,
That's good.
yeah. Hmm.
Doing the speaking tour, huh? That's kind of doing on. It's got to be hard though, doing the speaking tour and how to, like what I just made you do and talk about the fire all over again. But at least,
It's all
at
right.
least you're
Yeah,
bringing value to people that are listening to it, and
yeah,
it's making them think twice, maybe on some
yeah,
things that they're doing. So that's a good thing.
yeah.
Uh,
Especially when you're in a new country, like where the regulation is not so tight. Not only do I have to demolish everybody in my industry, so the good thing is I knocked out all my competition in one blow. Everybody has to demolish their sites. Yeah.
true. Level playing field, huh?
Even in Taiwan, even in Taipei, they had to demolish their sites. In
Wow.
China, everybody get to keep what they have, but nobody's allowed to expand anymore for the next 4 years. Yeah.
That is
So
crazy.
I'm pretty famous in a notorious way in Asia.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's I mean it's a good thing to hear this kind of thing because again, where storage is that's
Yeah,
exploding, in all different countries. I mean, it's
yeah,
like with this
it is.
podcast, I know we get listeners from just in the last week. I've had messages from Africa,
Yeah,
of course, Asia, all those kind of things.
yeah,
Places I wouldn't think storage,
yeah,
but it's everywhere now.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's good to have that kind of a tale
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about. It's kind of
A
funny.
few guys often come. The Lindsay storage groups.
Yep.
Yeah, they come to Asia a lot. Tron came once as well. Call center guy, remember?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know Toronto. Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, please come. We're having it in Singapore next year in May. I'll ask them to send you an invite. Take a look.
Yeah,
I'll show you around.
yeah. If I could
Yeah,
travel around and be, for storage, that'd be a blast. I'm just kind
yeah, it'll be good.
of, I'm a Utah boy. I never travel anywhere. So hey, if I could travel outside
Really?
for storage, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
I need to broaden my horizons. So maybe I can do it that way.
Okay.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
This has been no. I want to meet you. So this is personally, I wanted
Yeah.
an excuse to
Thank
get you
you.
on the horn and talk to you.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Thank
So
you.
what do you have next coming up?
Oh, no, I mean, I just came back from Africa. I was in Kenya. Actually, I told after my storage, people go, "Oh, you're the most famous entrepreneur. You can come back. What are you gonna do?" I go, "No, I just want to sell my stuff, invest in storage REITs, and become a travel blogger." I go, "No, you're kidding me, man. Why are you a travel blogger? You have 150 staff, blah blah." No, I want to be a travel blogger. And then this year, I just came back. I just came back from Africa. I was in Kenya for about 10 days. I went to Spain. I did the bull run. I'm going to Siberia in November. And so some people, oh, you are being a travel blogger, right?
Living the life, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
midlife crisis. Let's just say that midlife crisis, man.
I've already passed that. So, well,
Yeah,
that's great. I mean, do you have a link you want to pass out? People can follow you. I want to. I know.
yeah. Okay, okay. My company is SC Storage, SCSTORAGE.com. You can Wikipedia me. I'm on Wikipedia with the fire.
Really?
I do have a podcast myself. I just interview successful people, not really storage related, like anything such as Kevin Shee, KevinShew.com. I just started. Nowhere successful as yours, but yeah, I just interview different people as I travel, and yeah, I'll still be in storage for the next 5-6 years, but downsize. If it's not profitable, I'm not gonna do it. So yeah,
Gotcha.
that's the thing you learn. I mean, you don't expand for sake of expanding. You expand only when the timing is right. I mean, you can't make money when the hallway is 2.4 square meter and the bank doesn't lend you any money, right?
Sure.
So
Yep.
try to stay in the game in a different format with a Digma, like a storage marketing company, and write some few books about storage in Asia. That's what I'm doing right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, man. This has been fun talking to you. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jim. Yeah. Okay.
We'll do this again. We'll do a part 2. We'll do more of a. We can do a happy episode. We won't talk about the fire. So,
Sure.
It'd be awesome.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you very much.
Hey, Kevin.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks for supporting the show. I want to let you know that we've just opened up our brand new free private Facebook group. There I'll be having some extra special content not found anywhere else. If you really want your facility to be a success in today's market, then this is going to be the place for you. You can request to join us at selfstoragecommunity.com or search for Self Storage Domination Community on Facebook.